Yo, 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 yo. It's Jules MT going crazy for your brothers and sisters. I want to start off by saying that if you got blues and you got two yellows on the 5 minute, that's a second move. That's 30 seconds into the clip. So, we're talking about the Nas here, but what's up, everybody? I don't know what's going on, but I'm about to trade. I'm about to tell you what's up. So it's 8:07, and I'm gonna skip past opening bell and go on. So, opening bell is so interesting because the momentum actually shifts. The U.S. stock market actually opens. This trade here would have won off the 5 minute orange line. No real reason not to continue the trend go up. Same thing with the Dow. So 8:30 happens. I look at this for about 5 to 8 minutes. The market is really going crazy. Um, I honestly feel like it's not worth it to trade before the opening bell unless you have a different like plan for that time, because you can trade during it, you can make money for sure, but you got to be going for minimum amount of pips before the stock market is open during that time. um, because I'm thinking about long-term trading and things like that, overnight trading. You could just be winning your 50 pips up right now if you was long-term trading going to the upside. So um, but what I like to think about is, where are we heading? I like to look at the long term of things, and I want to say that the blues are the best because it lets you know when something is so oversold. I'm about to buy that at the lowest price and take it back up. That's what the blues do. So the quicker you realize that blues will get you the best price on things, and also the quicker you realize that long term will get you the best price on things, that's what we're going to focus on. So I'm going to put an analogy in the chat. I bought a 2023 Scat Pack wide body Challenger, right? 10 years from now, it's going to be worth so much money. 20 years from now, it's probably going to be worth more money. So whenever I look at it long term, how much money I would get out of the initial investment of today, it might be worth it to keep it. So a lot of people look at the present and live in their present moment and only live in that present moment, and they get it wrong. They're like, I'm living in the present moment, this is all I do. Like, you get it wrong because you're not looking at the long-term benefits of effect. As someone who looks at long-term as like the main goal, everything that I do in the present is already doing it because I'm achieving it long term. I'm not. When you live in the present, you get kind of held back, right? So, what I'm saying is, like in trading, if you're looking at Dow, you should be expecting this Dow to go up. Like, just look at the weekly. You got the blue and the red. Candle still open, and it's August 15th. So, if anything, I'm not going against that bias. I'm only going up. So, um, yeah, same thing on both of them. And what I want to look for is a entry. So what I'm gonna do is go a little bit forward to about 10:30 MT time because that makes more sense to me. I don't usually get to see opening bell, but whenever I do, some crazy stuff happens. That's good. So I'm looking at this trade. This is 10:30, right? I like to trade in this time, and if I'm just looking quickly, I'm really thinking the Dow is going up. I think it's going up. But I got momentum. Just on the top of the bands. Um, Truly, I would be in this trade at like 95. So I would be in that trade. I mean, we're on the 15-minute orange line. Like when you go through the steps, right? Long term, we're going up. So any time that I'm thinking that it's gonna retrace down, I'm gonna go up. So if I go down and break the steps, you're gonna understand that it's going up and where you could go up, obviously, right? But all I did was look long term and took my trade based off long term. I took my decision based off a long term strategy. And that will always help you win because you're always planning for the future. Not there's nothing wrong with living in the present in that moment, taking it in, but you got to live for yourself, but you're already planning ahead by each move you take, each breath you breathe, each word you say. You're taking it in. So, like the up move here, like I said, I'm in. It is what it is. I be in trades, y'all, based off a long term. And whenever I see this signal and it's at the orange line or it's at the 15-minute orange line here, right? I see these two green candles, one red. I'm like, okay, green here. Then I get green momentum, white arrows, got the blue. Is it still trending up? I'm like, yeah. So sometimes, no lie, I be in those trades. just that trade, yeah. Like I said, whenever I'm up, I'm in that trade. I be thinking I'm a one type of guy, so I be going with my first instinct. So I be up in a trade, and I've learned that even though I may be correct in this trade, was it a perfect trade? No, because it was the perfect trade was seeing the trade 15-20 minutes before, getting the correct entry down here, down here. So this is more like a trade I would take. No problem. Tell everybody to take it. I'm super confident in it, but like, it's not the perfect entry. So I got different counts going on, right? And the trades that I would take, and it gives me more freedom because like the trade right now could go against me absolutely, and I could be wrong in the way I trade, right? So like having different accounts and knowing what's perfect, because the perfect trade is gonna keep going. If I took this trade down, the perfect trade is gonna keep going. It's not gonna play with me at the top. It's not gonna give me one red candle. It's gonna be stacks of greens or stacks of reds. So this is 10:30. Like I said, I'll be up just initially off trading, but I trade off the blues. So like the way I trade and the way I think would really be, which I might lose here, but I would really be thinking the blues are here. I got a 1 hour signal. It didn't really touch the 1 hour, but I'm thinking it's down anyways. And if I didn't get in here, like I said, like I'll be in and out. Like if I took it up, I would be in and I would be staying in. If I tried to think it was going down, I would lose my trade and then I would still be going up. Um, Thinking of like, why didn't I just stick with my initial trade, which had such a better entry, right? So I'm gonna just skip forward a little bit. I don't really want to, but I am, because it went down and initially went up. So that's that's the lesson. Like yeah, it went up. So like right here, that it touches the 1 minute band. You got the yellow there and the +2 green. That's obviously like the correct trade, right? And then you got the Renko band flipping up. Like that's obviously the correct trade. But like I just sometimes, like I'm human, right? So I don't think that every single time I'm gonna get that perfect entry if I'm trying to trade like that. Because I feel like I took a position trade in a way of, hey man, I'm bouncing off this area. This is my non-disciplined trades. This is not the perfect setup with the blue. And I took a trade up here because I had green momentum. Now, playing a role of stop loss and take profit is cool, but if I'm doing proper risk management, I have enough in me to, or I properly risk enough to hold this trade. And there's some times that I do this, and I will take one trade or take the trade the other way, or hold this trade, right? I have to stay true to like my first initial move, and my perfect trades come from blues, and I'm the best trader at the blues. Like I am one of the best at the blues, and there's super amazing great traders that trade the blues too. Don't get it wrong, but it's like this here hurts because in the matter of an hour it was going up and down, or 45 minutes, right? It was going down, up, down. So like the actually find the actual arrow, the actual point, the precise moment to take an up move. You have to be so patient to find it, cause it be there. The perfect entry be there, and when you get the perfect entry, you'll know you'll get the perfect entry. You'll absolutely know it. So I want to focus on BB bands flipping up or BB bands breaks, right? So like when you get that BB band flip up, something of the price has been met. So something as being either a high or a low has been met. on all charts that we use, okay? They're super important to understand. So let's go forward. So this is what I'm saying. The Renko band flip up has been met. Super important. It's going up. At the bottom, even when the 5-minute band flip up right now, I was gonna say perfect. Even when the 5-minute band flip up, 15-minute band flip up, even right now, like I said, I take trades based off long term. So I know in the long term of things, I'm gonna be winning. Like whenever I first initially took this trade, I wasn't thinking it would go 30 pips against me. I'm just thinking how small of a move. It's not gonna break this band. It's not gonna close below this band. It's not gonna close or below this price. So I already got the long term going on for me. So that's how I'm able to stay in a move like that sometimes. And you got to stick with it. Don't deviate from the trend. Always look long term. Blues, especially whenever I follow the blues on the weekly, it's going up. Why even doubt them? Why doubt them? Why doubt? Why doubt that this is not going to the top of the bands? If this flips down and price meets it, okay, that's where it's gonna stop. Same thing that this is doing. You see how this is flipping down? This doesn't mean like it's done, but price is gonna meet this. But this could flip down even more and could, meet that price. But in the meantime of how it's going, and another good sign is like the weekly orange line, like it already broke it. So there's only two prices, right? Up and down. At the bottom, at the top. At the bottom, at the top. So if we're already past the orange line and we're going to the top, we're past it. If we're underneath the orange line, we're more likely going to the bottom. So that's just what I'm saying. So like I look at long term. So like if I see, like I told you, even then plus momentum, I don't care about, like I don't get me wrong, it's in the bag, for sure. If there was like blues or anything like that pointing to the downside or a 5-minute yellow, I would be like, no, don't take it. But the fact that it flipped up and then there's no blues, you got space here, you got space here, it just looks like it's gonna keep going up. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh no, don't take it, because it's in the 5-minute band. Like I said, I showed you my trade earlier where it was, and I would have took that trade and I would have held that trade because I believed in the long term scheme of things. There's sometimes that happens. A lot of the times it'd be perfect trades with the blues, like I showed you before. So that's really all I gotta say. I look long term, and the BB bands, 15-minute BB bands, when it gets to a top, then I'm cashing out. There's so much. Look at that NAS. It still continued to push to the upside. There's nothing wrong with trading that up. It was that initial move before opening bell to the downside, and it continued the trend to the upside. Every single time it was at the bottom, a band flip up, you just took it to the upside. You followed the blues, and I followed the blues. And I've learned that, what could I give you? I can give y'all the tip to stay in your trade longer right here, because I appreciate y'all for listening. So I'm about to give you the tip to stay in your trades longer and everything that I know right here. So what I do, here's all the tips. One, I look at momentum. Two, I look at blues. If a blue has been broken, I will continue to trade in that direction because it's that blue has been broken. That support, that resistant area has been broken. It's time to get out of there and continue and make new supports or resistance because there's something else somewhere there. So, yeah. The next thing, if an arrow pops up against you, you got to figure out why. If you're in that trade to the downside, if a blue pops up with you, please be wary and take it. Be wary. Take it with the rules. Take it with the second moves. If the blue has 2 yellow arrows on the 5-minute and there's a blue on the 15, take it. If a blue is on the 15-minute chart and you see it actually touch the 5-minute orange line, and then it has some type of pullback, just a little bit, and then it gives you green momentum, take it if it has the blue. If you get to the yellow line on the 5, the 15-minute orange line, and you take in the blue, take your profit, put a trailing stop loss on if you think it's going to go for more. How do you go for more? Here's the next tip. If you see space to the 1 hour orange line, like once you get to the 15-minute orange line, and if you get like a breakthrough, okay, then you're going. But like, if you're going with the trend, because those are against the trend blues, if you're going with the trend, you will always see a blue go to the next band on the 15-minute chart. If you're going with the trend, you will always see it, and that's how you know. And so everything I was talking about the blue being broken before, because that's not the current trend. Because once a blue is broken, you know it's going to keep on going. That's not the trend anymore. That area of support did not hold up. Area of support or resistance did not hold up. So I trade off of that. Everything, look, you see at the top of this, it's having so much trouble getting down, right? There's no blues up here, so it's just constantly pushing. Look long term, constantly pushing. I'm gonna just go to the end, and here we go. At the end of the day, no matter what you say, the market is gonna come and get is. So don't be lollygagging around, because it's gonna need everything times more. The market is greedy. The market eats. It's very generous because it eats so much more. Do not play around with the market stuff. When it's time to cash out, it's time to cash out and get moving. Really understand what you have here. This is a gold mine in generational poorness, but make generational wealth. You see what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's get it. Jules MT from the center. From the center. Just from the heart, y'all. Jules MT is out.